Good morning, friends. So, in the last few lectures, we studied design up of the belt drives, that is flat belt drives, cross belt drives, and design up of the V belt drives. But some of the parts that was remaining of the belt drives, there is materials of the belts and creep up of the belts. So, after that, we can discuss chain drive. So, what are the desirable properties? Desirable properties of material for belt. So basically here two types of the belts, that is flat belts and V belts. So for flat belts different materials we can use, or for V belts different materials. So but basically, so what are the desirable properties? So the coefficient of the frictions that is required, so that's for avoid of the slip during the running conditions. So that's why the belt material should have the belt material should have sufficient coefficient of friction with the pulleys. Because the pulleys, this is metallic pulley, so that pulley may be generally that is made from the cast irons. In the some of the cases, pulley may be stainless steel, but generally most popular material is the cast iron. So as per the considerations of the cast iron pulleys, the materials of the belt should be sufficient coefficient about the friction. So that's why grip up of the materials that is on the pulleys, because the running conditions against wearing up of the belt and wearing up of the simultaneously wearing up of the pulleys materials also, means pulleys what may be the materials, so that may be cast iron etc. So because of that the surface of the pulleys that becomes smooth, so here means chances of the slippage that will be increased. So that's why generally on the pulleys crowning requires for the flat pulleys, because flat pulleys surface of the pulleys may be likewise flat, or in some of the cases for avoid slipping, so this is crowning type. So this crowning, so this is called H, and this is flat pulley, and this is pulley with crown. So this is crown for avoid slippage. So that's why here belt running likewise, and here belt. So that's why such type of the belt drives we can use for vertical positions, because in horizontal positions, so this is horizontal position. So generally such type of the, so this is tight side and this is loose side. So that's why this is always consider, and this RPM, this is clockwise. Why this is clockwise? Because this is gripping side, so this is tension, here tension, and this is, you can say, this is slack side, this is slack side, and this is tension side. So this is the horizontal drive, but in vertical drive, so vertical drive means here pulleys are mounted likewise, and here belt running in this ways. So because of the gravitational force, due to gravitational force, belt may be come out. So that's why this is vertical arrangement. Vertical. So this means face, this is vertical, and this pulley, this surface also means vertically, and this is smaller pulley, and this is center. So the center means shaft is vertical, and here shaft in horizontally. So in this case shaft is horizontal, likewise shaft. In this case shaft is vertical, and that is pulley, and this is the belt. So in this case, so this belt may be come out. For avoid that, so here's crowning are requires. Here's crownings are required. So because of the crowning, belt run likewise. So that's why slipping means chances of the belt come out, that can be decreased by increasing of the crowning. So this is the belt material should have sufficient coefficient of the frictions. So if the coefficient of the frictions is more, so this less slippage, and the efficiency will be, you will get more efficiency. The belt material should have, second, the belt material should have sufficient strength, sufficient tensile strength. So there is no need of the compressive strength here. The tensile strength is very important, because belt tension is to be applied to withstand belt tension, because tension is to be applied for avoid slipping. So that's why tensile strength is important as compared to compressive strength. And the materials for the means as per the considerations of these point, selections of the material, that is leather, rubber, etc., that we'll see after completions of the these desirable properties of the belt material. The belt material should have high wear resistance. The belt material, so here is also consider the belt material should have sufficient wear resistance. Otherwise what will happen, if the wear resistance is low, so chances of the wear rate of the more, and because of the chances of the wear rate, so failure of the belt means wearing, means that indicates tensile strength decreasing, because reductions of the means wear rate increase means cross sections area that will increase, and that losing its a tensile strength, after that belt may be failures. So this point also is to be considered. Fourth point, the belt material should have flexibility, high flexibility, and low rigidity. This is as per the considerations of the bending stress. rigidity in bending and bending in order to avoid bending stress, avoid bending stress while passing over the pulley. So this is bending stress, and another terms that is occurs in the belt, that is the creep, that we will see after completion of the belt material. So these are the fourth desirable properties of the materials. The belt material should have high flexibility and low rigidity. Low rigidity means that should be flexible, having a more ductile properties. Try to understand, means this is high flexibility means more ductility of the materials that is requires. So that's why means that can be likewise. Otherwise, if the material is rigid, means rigidity is more. So what happens, because due to bendings, because such type of the in 180 degrees, the materials will pass, or materials of the belt will pass, and the bending stresses will be more. So that's why these are the 4 points that is to be considered, or these are the desirable properties about the materials for the belts. Now, what are the different types of the belt materials? So the belt material may be material for belt leather, rubber, canvas, fabric, so here's broadly, this is yes, this is leather belt, and here consider fabric rubber belt. This is given in the books. Canvas, also such type of the belts we can use for the flat belts also. Leather belt. Now, leather belts or fabric rubber belts. So here's number of the layers. Means here single ply. So for single ply means this is only one materials, and for double ply means which is made from the different two materials or same materials. So this may be leather and this may be rubber. For increasing its strength, rubber material can be used, and triple ply. So for triple ply, so this is rubber nylon material, and this is leather. with hair. So this is leather with hairs. Such type of the materials we can use to increase the coefficient of the frictions. So these are the materials: leather belt, fabric rubber belts, canvas belt. So this is single ply belt. That is generally this belt is the popral belts, and in the olden days in the flour mills. So as compared to leather belt, fabric rubber belt is having more strength as compared to leather belt. So that's why that can be used for higher speed, and that can be used for higher speed. So here what are the types of the joints? That can be three types of the joint. So types of joint: so here types of the joint. So this may be factory, jointed belt, or so this is ready-made, and shop floor. In shop joining of belt. So some of the factory assembled belt. So this may be endless belt which are ready-madely available, and in shop joining. So this is cemented type. Last joint, and I think this is hinged joint. Hinged joints. So these are the three types of the joint. In the cemented joint, suppose this is a one layer that is to be joint. So likewise, this is for single ply, and if two plies, so if this is other type, likewise, and this distance is the 100 mm, 200 mm, likewise. So this is one remove, after that join, and for triple ply, if this is likewise again. So this is for three ply. So these are the cemented, and this is for double ply. So this is cemented type, So cemented type means such type of the by using gum or by using paste. This is to be paste. So one cut. Suppose this is the cross section. So this cross section likewise this is to be wear out, and another portion, and after that this to be joint likewise, yes, and this is to be pasted by using that is adhesive. So cemented joint means by using adhesive joining of material. So this is at shop floor. This is at shop floor. So this is cemented type. In laceter type means suppose this is one material and this is another material. This to be zigzag type likewise. So by using such type of the last, and this is maybe pin, maybe insert here, otherwise likewise, and here pin is to be insert in between. So such type of the materials are called as belt, are called as laced joint. So this efficiency is, for this efficiency 82 I think, and this is less up to 50%, and for this hinged joint means by using bolting, such type of the hinged joint. So this efficiency is less, around 25% efficiency. So this efficiency factory, and this is more, and this efficiency, and this is 25%. We will see for laced joint 50%. So this is 50%, right, and this is 80 to 85%. This is 80 to 85%. This is correct. And for factory joint, this efficiency is near about 90% is the efficiency. Means efficiency means that is the strength of the belt. So that can be sustained if the suppose this is the tensile strength is 200 for endless belt or single belt. Means and by after joining this efficiency means up to 180, that belt can be sustained. This 80 to 85% means this is around, if the 200, so this may be 160 to 170. 50% means this is 100 megapascals, and in the joint means this is 50 megapascals. So these are the different types of the joints that can be used in the belt drives. And in the V-belt drives, so that is V-belt drives generally by using materials is the rubbers, so such type of the cross sections, trapezoid, and here's this material is the rubber, and here these are the a rubber cord. This is a rubber cord to increase the strength, and generally this angle is generally 40 degree, and the angles above the groove angle in the pulley is 34 to 38 degree. This is 40 degree and this is 34 to 38 degree, and generally as per the considerations of the manufacturings, material, popular material for V-weld pulley is the cast iron pulley is the so this is rubber covering rubber. So next is the another important terms that is to be used in the belt drive is creep. So what is the meaning of the creep? Suppose this is pulley, this is driven pulley, and this is a drive pulley. So this arrangement is not correct. So actually so this is arrangement. So here during running condition, so this is tight side and this is slack side. So as you know, this is the tension. Suppose this is T1 and this is T2. If the tensions T1 and T2 is lower, if the lower than the rim resistance. Rim resistance means this is the surface of the pulley along with the belts. So that resistance is less, means this difference is T1 T2 difference is lower than the rim resistance of force. So what will happen? Slipping will be occur. Now because of the tension, tight side and loose side, what happens? Because of the tight side, this the material is the expansion, and here loose side is slightly contraction during releasing of pulley surface. So what happens? This is the expansion, means this is tight side, and during releasing of the pulley surface, So this is the contractions of the materials. So because of the this expansions and contractions, the stresses induced in the belt, and that stress is the bending stress, and that is also called as sometimes creep. So because of the creep, so this phenomena of expansion and contraction during the running condition decrease the speed of driven pulley, and this speed up of the driven pulley, that is decrease, and the speed up of the belt also decrease, means that is 1 to 2% speed up of the decrease. So that's why because of the creep, the efficiency of the joints, so efficiency of V belt is around 94% and efficiency of flat belt is 95 to 96%. So always remember, the efficiency of the flat belt is more as compared to efficiency of the belt rollers because of the creeping up of the belt. So because of the creeping, expansions and contractions of the belt, this is in the V belt. So generally occurs in the V belt. In the this phenomena also occurs, but that is light in the because in the V belts more weight above the actions. So because of the more weight above the actions, more coefficient of the frictions. So that's why intensity of the creep is more as compared to V belt drives as compared to the flat belt drives. So this is why creep is occurs in the belt and how that can be minimized. So by balancing this difference, you can minimize the creep occurring in the belt. But this difference that should not, if this difference is low, slipping occurs and the power transmission efficiency of the belt that will decrease. So next articles of our fourth unit is the chain drive. So in the chain drive, so what are the two, means has two different types of the chain drives. One is the link chain and another is the, so here basically two types of the chain. This is link chain and another is the, basically this is roller chain. Link chain can be used for lifting of load and roller chain for power transmission or power transmission means likewise in the bicycle, motorcycles, etc. chain can be used, and this link chain link chain means link chain so link chain likewise, so this may be round type or maybe oval type. Or square type. And for transmissions, this chain by using rollers. So this roller chain, so this may be simple chain and duplex. Duplex means by using, so this is single chain, roller chain, likewise, and duplex means double type, double chain. So duplex means double chain. So first we'll see what are the advantages of the chain drives over the belt drives, or you can say as a gear drive. So what are the advantages? Advantages of chain drive over belt drives and gear drives. So first we'll see what are the advantage. So first I will write, and after that I can explain one by one advantages of the as no slip take place during chain drive, hence perfect velocity ratio. So this is not the case perfect, so this wording is not proper. So as no slip, so I will change this wording because I am not satisfied. This is not perfect velocity ratio because here polygonal effect that is to be considered, you will not get constant velocity ratio by using chain drives. So chain drives can be used for small or long center distances. They are particularly suitable for medium center distance. Because in gear drives very small center distance, and in the belt drives the center distance may be up to 10 meters also. It's 30 feet. So next is the chain drives have small dimension small overall dimension, overall dimensions then belt drives resulting in compact unit. So because of that, so this is the small dimensions, the unit becomes compact unit, means more rigidity as compared to belt drives. A chain does not slip. A chain does not slip and to that extent chain drive a positive drive. This is, you can say, as a positive drive, but you will not get the RPM. This is the constant RPMs. Likewise in the gear drives, because here slightly variations in the speed because of the polygonal effect. So that happens in the chain drives, but as compared to the belt drives, you will get more exact velocity ratio. This is not exact velocity ratio, near about exact velocity ratio can be get by using chain drive. Exact velocity ratio can be get by using gear drive, and because of the slipping, you will not get the exact velocity ratio by using the belt drive. Chain drives, chain does not require initial tension, does not require initial tensions, because initial tensions that is required in the belt drives, such type of the tension, initial tension is not required in the chain drives. Therefore, the forces acting on the drive shaft and bearings decreased. So because of the whatever may be the forces that is imposed on the shaft and imposed on the bearings, that will decrease, because there is no any initial tension, because in the for avoid slipping up of the belt drives, we have to apply the initial tensions in the belt. So because of that, that impose very loads on the shaft. So because of the shaft or bearing may be failures, because of the impose of the heavy load. Next, the efficiency of chain drive is high for properly lubricated chain. The efficiency of the chain drive is the efficiency of chain drives is 96% to 98%. So this is the efficiency of the chain drives. So next advantage. So because during the examinations, here such type of the advantages may be asked. Chain are easy to replace. Next is the atmospheric conditions and temperature do not affect the performance of chain drive. They do not present any fire hazard. So what is meaning? So atmospheric conditions and the temperature do not affect the performance of the chain drives because atmospheric conditions means in the dusty areas, the slippage, or in the wet areas, because in the wet area, slippage of a belt is increased, and that is also fire hazard. And in the some of the cases, because of the, and if the temperature of a belt increase beyond 40 degrees centigrade, adhesive lose its property. So this is the additional information that I am giving to you. So if the temperatures above the belt that is increased to 40 degrees centigrade, so the temperature means the adhesive, so what may be the gum, so that losing its property, and the belt may be failure. And because of the wet area, slippage above the, so this is not the conditions in the chain drives. So these are the some of the advantages. Now disadvantages of the chain drive over belt drives and gear drives. So after that I can complete today's lecture, and remaining portion we can continue in the next class. Chain drives require housing So this is require housing because the lubricated chain may be loosen its property if the dust and dirt that is accumulated. So that's why chain drives require housing. Chain drives operate without full lubricant. So because full lubricant, that is the this is the conditions for gearbox of the gear drives between the joints unlike gears. This result in more wear in joints. So because of the this is not fully lubricated, so wear rate of the chain drive is more as compared to the wear rate of the gear drives. So third disadvantage of the chain drives over belt drives or gear drives is chain drives is only suitable for parallel shaft. Chain drives are not suitable for non-parallel shafts, because for non-parallel shafts, bevel gear and worm gears, bevel and worm gear can be used for non-parallel shafts. So this is another disadvantage, because bevel gears means when non-intersecting we can use bevel gears, means intersecting, and non-intersecting means you can use worm reduction gearbox. Chain drives generate more noise as compared to the gear drives. So this is another disadvantage. So compare another disadvantage compared to belt drives. Accurate alignment of shaft is required. So alignment above the shaft means the both shaft that should be perfectly aligned. So there is no any adjustment, because suppose this is in the one plane, this is also in the same plane. So this is not likewise at the same levels. If this is same plane means this is same at same levels. Both sprocket should be installed. So this, if the sprocket installed likewise above the plane or lower the plane, so here chain may be slip. So that's why here at the same level sprocket is required. So this should be perfectly aligned. So this is not the case likewise. or likewise. So this should be perfectly aligned, otherwise so chain may be slipping or chain may be broken. So that's why this is alignment is perfectly required in the chain drive. Alignment is perfectly required in the gear drives also, for avoid backlash or for avoid breaking up of the breakage up of the tooth. So chain drives generate more noise as compared to the gear drives. Chain drives do not suitable for non-parallel shaft, means likewise bevel gears and worm gears, and chain drives operate without full lubrications, lubricants. So that's why here wear rate of the chain drive is more as compared to the wear rate of the gear drives. So these are the some of the disadvantages of the chain drives over the generally gear drives, and some of the disadvantages over the belt drives. So due to the limitations of the times, I will stop here, and in the next class I will complete remaining portions of the chain drives, that is silent chain. So for here another chain means for high speeds also use can silent chain. So that we will discuss in the next class, and what is the constructions of the or geometric constructions of the chain drives, that we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.